Hi guys, happy Mother's Day. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Sarah and I am currently 7 weeks, 2 days pregnant with my first baby that I conceived through IVF. I am a single mother by choice, doing this on my own, and I'm just documenting my journey. So if that interests you at all, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell if you want to get updated anytime I upload new videos. So I realized after about a week of thinking about it that the last video, I originally called it my 5-week pregnancy update and 6-week bump date. But I've realized that it was technically my 6th week of pregnancy. So when I was like 5 weeks 1 day, 5 weeks 2 days, 5 weeks 3 days, that's my 6th week of pregnancy. And then I turned 6 weeks on that Friday and I did that bump date. So just to make it easier, and it makes more sense now, like that was my 6-week update, and today I'm doing my 7-week update. I'm currently 7 weeks pregnant, and we're gonna talk about my 7th week of pregnancy. So that makes a whole lot more sense. So first of all, I'm still having the breast soreness and heaviness, and they're still getting bigger. I'm having very, like way less cramping than I had even last week, where it was like just really mild and I would get it every now and then. Like now I think I've maybe had it once or twice in my entire 7th week of pregnancy. So, and then I also, what's kind of weird though, is when I get the cramping, it like kind of like goes into like my groin area, and I have like kind of an achiness in my groin. So I don't really know what that's about. I haven't researched that at all. It could also be because I'm doing a squat challenge with my friend Liz. So maybe it's just from all the squats I've been doing. I don't know. But I feel like when I get the very mild cramping, it's not just in my lower, like in my uterus, it's like also in my groin muscles, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if that is like all just like loosening already and everything, or maybe I'm way off base, but I'll research that. But I just wanted to alert you guys to that. I am still super emotional randomly. So like, it's just like the most random things will set me off. Like even like listening to a certain song and then I get sentimental about something and I start crying, or watching something and I start crying. I just cry really easily. So regarding morning sickness or all day sickness, I still don't have full-blown morning sickness or nausea or anything like that, but I do have super strong like food aversions now that I think kind of cause me to be a tiny bit nauseous, but I wouldn't even classify it as nauseous. Like it's just that like I just don't want to eat something, or I have a hard time figuring out what I want to eat. And I don't really have, like when I brush my teeth, I don't gag every single time I brush my teeth anymore, but I'll just gag at like random points during the day. Like, I don't know, it's getting a lot harder for me to drink my Daily Harvest smoothies because of like the texture of them is like really thick. And so it's getting harder for me to drink those. But cravings wise, it's really interesting. So the first like 2 weeks or whatever, all I wanted, now I don't even want to say it, like just saying it makes me like kind of sick. I wanted ground beef all the time. Now I want nothing to do with it, as you can tell. I had a burger last weekend. When I was out with my friends, I of course wanted a burger, and it was a little bit undercooked, and it just totally turned me off to ground beef, and I haven't wanted it since. And I've noticed that since then, it's really interesting. I'll get like 1 day cravings. Like I'll crave something for one day and then I'll eat it and then I want nothing to do with it. So it really kind of stinks because like I'm going grocery shopping and I'll be like, ooh, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. But then like I'll eat it once and then I want nothing to do with it. So I feel like I'm wasting a lot of food because I only want things like once. And I'm having kind of weird cravings. Like, I don't want it anymore now, like I said, but like for a while, as in like 2 days, I wanted bagels with cream cheese, and I've never even liked cream cheese, like to the point where I don't even like cheesecake because it tastes a little bit too cream cheesy for me. But for whatever reason, I wanted like a super toasty bagel with cream cheese. So that was one of my cravings. And I was craving a Hawaiian pizza one day at like 11 a.m. I have not had a Hawaiian pizza or wanted a Hawaiian pizza in like 20 years. And all of a sudden I wanted a Hawaiian pizza so bad. I ordered a small one from Papa John's. I ate the entire thing and like all before noon. And then now I want nothing to do with it again. So I don't know. I've also found that like if I start to feel like kind of queasy or like a little like gaggy, like if I eat a pretzel, that I'll feel better. So keeping pretzels on hand has been helpful. And I think that is about it for symptoms for my 7th week of pregnancy. So with my last ultrasound, they let me see the heartbeat and they wouldn't let me hear the heartbeat. And I ended up talking to the nurse about it. And apparently, so like my one friend who goes to my same clinic, she got to hear the heartbeat at her 6-week, 5-day appointment. And I told this to the nurse, and the nurse like asked a couple like ultrasound techs, and they're like, no, we don't do that early. Like that's not good for the fetus or whatever. Like they don't like to put the Doppler on it, like my one tech said. But my one friend heard her baby's heartbeat. So I was like, well, there's obviously like an inconsistency here with techs. So apparently the tech that my friend had isn't there very often. So maybe she just doesn't know the drill, but for whatever reason, my clinic will not let you hear the heartbeat this early. So I do have one more ultrasound next week. I don't think they're gonna let me hear the heartbeat again, but I don't think it has anything to do with me being able to hear the heartbeat. I think my last ultrasound, you could see it very clearly on the screen. I'm sure I would have been able to hear it if they like turned the right knob on the machine, but they just don't do that. So at my clinic. So unfortunately, I don't know when I'll actually be able to hear the heartbeat, like what ultrasound that will be. I have one more ultrasound with the fertility clinic next Wednesday at 7 weeks, 5 days. And then my next ultrasound after that is at 9 weeks. So the following week on Friday. And that is my first appointment with my midwife. But she said that that's just an abdominal ultrasound. And she said she just wants to check on the baby real quickly, but she doesn't do like a formal, like full-blown ultrasound. That'll be, I think at 11 weeks, I will have an ultrasound again when I do I think it's called NIPT, the chromosomal testing. And I know I tested my embryos, but I just want to do that blood test anyways. I'm 38, so it's going to be covered by insurance anyways, so why not? And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to my next couple ultrasounds. And yeah, I made my formal social media announcement today. So that was really exciting to just, even though I obviously am documenting this whole journey on YouTube, but I think a lot of like my friends and family like don't watch my channel, so they don't know. So it was nice to be able to just put that out there publicly today. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you this week. And I'll let you guys know how the ultrasound next Wednesday goes. Looking forward to seeing the little baby getting bigger and bigger every time I go for an ultrasound. So that's really fun. And of course I did film another little bump date. Again, I kind of feel stupid doing this early, but I wanted to start early. So I have the ability to document it from, the beginning. So here is my 7-week bump date. Thank you guys again so much for always being so sweet in your comments and helpful with your comments. And I'm wishing all of you a happy Mother's Day. Those of you who have babies already and those of you who are working towards getting your babies, you're all mamas. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you very soon. Bye.